Hi everyone, let's start solving today's LeetCode daily challenge question, which is 934 shortest bridge. So as part of this question, we are given an n cross n binary matrix where 1 represent land and 0 represent water. And there are exactly 2 islands in a grid, and we need to return the smallest number of zeros we need to flip to connect 2 islands. So let's try to understand this particular question with an example. So this is our example, and as per this example, an island is a 4-directional connected group of ones and not connected to any another ones. So as part of this question, there are exactly 2 islands is present in a grid. So as we can see in this example, so here we can see this is our one island and this whole is our one island where 0 represent water. So this is water, it is surrounded by water, and this whole is also an island. So we need to connect these particular islands, this island and this island. We need to make a bridge between these two islands. So what we can do, we can, by flipping 0 into 1, by making water to land, we can connect these two islands. So how we can intuit to the approach to solve this particular question, how we can get the intuition. So first thing, to make a bridge between two islands, first we need to create a differentiator between two different islands. So what I am trying to say by this, how we can create a differentiator. So by flipping or by creating a visited array, or either changing the first island values to some another value. So we got a differentiator between two islands, and so we can say there it will be a first island and it will be our second island. So we need to create a differentiator first. After that we can create a bridge between these two islands. So how we can find out where is the first island present and where is the second island located? If we are able to find this particular differentiator, then this particular question will be very easy to us. So how I am saying, with the help of any, as part of this question, what is given to us in the question, an island is a 4-directionally connected groups of ones and not connected to any another ones. So with what kind of traversal we can find out the whole connected island in one go? So we are getting an intuition by choosing the DFS traversal. We are able to reach the all the ones of the first island, and after that we need to stop our DFS traversal. So there will be a differentiator between the first island and the second island. So let me show you an animation how I am trying to say how DFS traversal will work as part of this question. So as soon we first find out the first I and jth row and column where we found our first one square, so we'll start our DFS traversal, and after that we will convert all the ones to twos. So in this way, by performing DFS traversal, of the first island ones will be converted to 2, and after that our final grid will be something looking like that. So here we can see we are easily able to find out the differentiator between the first island and the second island using the DFS traversal. Now we need to find out the smallest distance between the first island and the second island. So which traversal we can use? So as we know, by using BFS traversal, what is BFS? Is breadth first search By using breadth first search traversal, we can easily able to find out the smallest distance between first island and the second island. Now, why we are choosing BFS traversal? Because BFS traversal has a property. The BFS traversal in one go reach all of its neighbors, and after that the second neighbor visits all of its neighbors. So in the smallest distance we are easily able to find out with using BFS traversal only. So the whole question is divided into two parts. First we will be differentiating both the islands using DFS traversal, and after we traverse the first island we will stop our DFS traversal, and the all the I and j row and columns we will push into a queue to perform BFS traversal on that squares. So let me give you a code walkthrough of that, the same algorithm which we discussed above. So I created a global variable q. Okay, I am using the q data structure in this, and I created the directions array where these four are the directions, which is nothing. This is x plus 1 comma y, this is x minus 1 comma y, this is x comma y plus 1, and this is x comma y minus 1. So these are the four directions which we can traverse to visit all the islands connectivity. Okay, after that I created a boolean value where I am storing is my first island founded or not. So I am return two loops for I and j, as well as it is mentioned in the question, it is a n cross n grid. So both I and j will be running till n, and if grid of I comma j is equal to 1, what it means, I founded my first island. So I will do the traversal, DFS traversal, to convert all the one of the first island to 2. So here is the DFS method. What I am doing, grid of x comma y, which I got in the parameter, where the value of grid of x comma y is equal to 1, and I am changing it to 2. Now for those first island x and y parameters, I need to do BFS traversal. So for that BFS traversal, I am pushing this x and y parameters into my queue, and after that I need to perform whole DFS traversal on all the neighbors or all the connected squares of that first island. So this whole thing is doing that part only. So I am running a loop over the directions array where I founded x1 and y1, my new direction, left, right, up and down. And if the grid of x, the new x1 and y1 parameter is equal to 1, I am performing again DFS traversal on it. So DFS traversal is a recursive function. So after it completed, I changed my boolean value of first island found is equal to true, because I need to stop the DFS traversal here. So my second island value did not get changed. So here I am using this boolean function to break the loop, and after that I am applying BFS on those all points of the first island. So because from first island I need to find the smallest distance between first island and the second island. So I initialized distance variable to 0 and I started BFS traversal. So this whole is BFS traversal. So first I will run over a loop to the whole parameters which is present in the queue, because after one iteration, as we can see in the above layer or the above example, so by performing the BFS traversal on this particular zeros, I need to increase the distance by 1. So let's suppose there is one more layer of 0 is present here. So in this case, the BFS traversal to this particular 0 and the distance will increment by again one more. So that's why we need a for loop which will run over q.size, and after got the parameters from the q I need to visit the all four directions. So I got my new directions, which is temp0. Temp is nothing but the array which I got from Q, and directions I am using the same which I initialized globally above, this one. And if my grid of x1 or y1 is equal to 1, what does it means? I found the second island and I can return the distance. Else, if grid of x1 y1 is equal to 0, what does it means? It is water and I need to maintain, so I does not do the BFS traversal on the same square again and again. I am changing it to -1. Else what you can do, you can create a visited array. What visited array will store? Visited array will store like this particular square of water is visited or not, so I will not perform BFS on it again and again. So that's why for easiness I am converting into -1, because I return two conditions only. One is for 1, which is for the second island, and one is for 0. If it is a 0, I am changing it to -1, and I am adding those parameters into my queue again to do the BFS traversal again on its non-visited neighbors. After one whole traversal or whole iteration, I am incrementing my distance because one layer is completed. I need to iterate over another layer. And at the final, when I am able to reach the second island, I am returning the distance. So at the end, after, if I found at the last iteration I am returning the last distance, else at this point only I am returning the distance. So that's it from this question. If this particular intuition helped you to solve this particular question, like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.